Funding now on Indiegogo, it's Shadowbinders, our second chance offer to get 2 hardcovers of our classic webcomic delivered to your door. Steampunk, fantasy, and romantic comedy from Clownfish Comics. Go to Indiegogo, check out the link in the description below. Now on with the video. Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And well.
I know.
Well. Black Widow is coming to Disney Plus Premier Access, and they're also dumping a bunch of other Disney movies on the Disney Plus.
Well, they have a couple they're going to do Premier Access on with theatrical, which is funny because we kept asking them if they were going to do this, and they're like, we don't have plans to do that, but we're keeping our options open, which we kind of knew meant we're going to totally do it.
Yeah.
Would not answer the question. Well, we now have the answer that yes, they're going to release them theatrically, but they're also going to keep this Premier Access thing going.
Yeah, we have to wonder whether or not the Premier Access is going to be, what was it, $30?
Yeah, we're like, are they going to jack it now because it's Black Widow, or is they going to keep it for $30? Who knows?
Marvel price increase there, $50 for Black Widow. Who knows? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how Luca from Pixar is also getting dumped on the Disney Plus. Like,
is it gonna be Premier Access, or is that one just...
No, it's just going to Disney.
It's going Soul, okay?
Yep.
And then I know Cruella is also going to be listed. It's Premier Access and theatrical release.
Movie theater owners, I gotta tell you, Disney really doesn't give a shit about you.
And here's the thing, they get way more money. They get to keep all the money with Premier Access.
Yes, they do. And this is the way things are going to go, unfortunately. But I love it how Disney played hardball when it came to, theaters being able to run their movies before, like Last Jedi and all the ridiculous, stuff that they asked for. They asked for the moon, and then the first sign of trouble, they're like, well, screw you guys.
Yeah.
Screw you guys. We got Disney Plus now. We don't even need you.
Right. And then they wouldn't answer the question. People kept asking, are you going to do it with these other... Oh, no, we don't think we're going to. We're going to keep an eye on it, though. It's a fluid situation. It's very fluid. Which meant they were totally going to do it. They just didn't want to say it because they knew people would be mad.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about that before we get into it. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We're over 183,000 subs. Thank you for the support. We do talk a lot about Disney. We talk about comics. We talk about movies. And this is sort of a nexus of all of that because we're talking about Black Widow. And I agree with the headline here on Bounding in the Comics. Disney massively backtracks on commitment to theaters. Theaters are getting screwed, guys.
Because Cruella is going to be released before Black Widow. And it's not till July. So why couldn't they just, wait and see on this? No idea. Cruella, they've already called it, and that's only a couple months. But we're talking like July. It's only March. I
just want Ghostbusters.
I mean, we're talking, I know. We're talking like, it was 4 months from now, and they're already calling it that's going to, because they get to keep more money.
Yeah.
From Disney Plus.
Yeah, so even if they have fewer people watching the movie at $30 a head,
you don't have to release numbers.
Yeah, you don't have to. So gone are the days where they could brag about their billion-dollar box office and all this other crap because we don't know how much money they're making on
Disney
Disney
Plus. They can still say it, but now you can't. You don't have. It's not as many checks and balances.
Well, okay, so this was interesting. I actually did the article for Luca, which actually looks really cute. It's a Pixar movie. It's gonna be like Soul. They're gonna dump it on Disney Plus on June 18th.
So anything Pixar keeps getting dumped. Just saying.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because, again, if it's not a Toy Story movie or a Cars movie, I think they're like, well, it's kind of a gamble.
Onward. It was out in the theater for a week or two, then the pandemic hit, and they just gave it out on Disney Plus.
Yeah, and it wasn't making that much money anyway, honestly. Onward was kind of a dud, but to me, Onward did not look like a Pixar movie. This looks infinitely more Pixar.
It does look more Pixar.
Even though the art style looks kind of Steven Universe in 3D, but it's a cute looking movie. But they were talking about how they're bragging about watch time now. They're like, Soul was a huge hit because it had so many minutes of watch time.
And this makes sense because they keep pandering to their investors with their direct-to-consumer.
Yes.
And they're saying about how much watch time matters and and all that. And that content drives subscriptions. So people are going to subscribe to see this stuff. So that does totally make sense that they're going to do that.
Well, I think the Pixar thing is, I almost feel like Pixar is being sacrificed.
Sacrifice Pixar to the gods of direct-to-consumer.
Well, no, I think they are. I think they're sacrificing Pixar because Netflix is ramping up their animated content. You
No,
know,
that's probably true. You know, I never thought about that. Oh, yeah, you said that right here. I didn't read your article. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
I had time.
Because Netflix is, what's going on with Netflix is they've actually got a lot of former Disney animators cranking out some really excellent stuff like Klaus, and they're probably looking at that like, well, we had these movies in the pipeline. We can't open them in the theaters. Just dump them on Disney Plus. So we've got animated stuff too.
Right.
That's basically what I think is going on. But, yeah, I mean, this is not good for theaters. I mean, that's like the biggest understatement. This is not good for theaters. They don't care. We told you this at the beginning of the pandemic. They tried to tell the theater, oh, the Mulan, that's going to be a one-off. This isn't going to be business. No.
They keep saying it's fluid.
It's fluid. It's
constantly saying it's fluid, which means we're totally going to do it. We're not going to tell you that.
They're going to do what's best for them, as any company would, to save their ass.
It's fluid like piss. I'm sorry.
It is. It is. But they keep backpedaling on this stuff. And look, I mean, I recorded another video earlier today, and I think it's actually going to go up after this one, about Berserker, which was basically, Keanu Reeves getting himself a Netflix deal. So his movie is coming out on Netflix instead of hitting the theaters. This is the new normal. This is how things are going to be. Now, what's going to be interesting to see is how this affects celebrity pay, because a lot of these stars are used to getting like 10, 15, 20 million dollars a movie.
Well, we already knew that the way this stuff's being done for these shows is affecting the pay scales, and things would go into reruns and stuff, and they would still get money for that.
Yeah.
Well, now because of the way that things are set up, it's affecting the contracts and how things are going to get paid moving forward, and how much cuts people get and things like that. Of course, benefiting the streaming platforms. That's been an issue, and there's been a lot of talk about that, and some of the agencies have been going out about that too. So,
well, yeah, because it used to be that you could be on a successful sitcom and you could basically live on the royalties of the repeats and the DVD sales and all that for the rest of your life. Like with the people that were on Seinfeld and the Cosby Show, and goes on and on. I know, when they pulled the Cosby Show because of, Bill Cosby's shenanigans, a lot of people were upset because they're like, that was my income. Like I made my living off of the reruns of the Cosby Show, and now it's been pulled.
So they can make sure that people aren't getting that. And then when you had Bill Nye trying to dispute that he should be able to get paid for some of the stuff that they're reusing on Disney Plus, they're trying to argue also that some of these things home video means different things now, and that was his argument. Their argument is it's still home video. It's just there's a lot of weirdness going on that's causing a lot of issues in Hollywood because everything's not being done the way it's been done for years.
Yeah,
and that's going on at the same time.
I think what's going to happen is there's going to be a lot of, I'm going to be honest, I think there's going to be a lot of budget cut, subpar entertainment being cranked out, and people getting paid a lot less because there's so much of it.
Some people getting paid a lot less, and streaming services getting paid a lot more.
Right, but I don't think you're going to have the multi-million dollar mansions and stuff like you did before. I think you might have a streaming star that has a pretty good life. Maybe they'll be brought down to the level of YouTubers.
I was going to say that.
Really?
I was going to say, no. I think the YouTubers are going to have a level higher than some of these celebrities, is what they're pissed about. But anyway, Black Widow and Cruella are going to be doing this idea where they're going to Disney Plus at the same time with theatrical. Luca's going just Disney Plus. Now, we have a list of the release dates. Things have been changed, including Free Guy. You need to go back up so I can read that. Free Guy is moved to August 13th. Shang-Chi is going to be September 3rd. Kingsman is now December 22nd. Deepwater is January 14th. And Death on the Nile is February 11th next year. So things are getting shifted. A lot of things have stayed the same, but there are things that are being moved. I have a list of the release schedule of different things. They have it clear out to 2028 with unnamed Disney movie, Star Wars movie.
Unnamed Star Wars movie.
They have it untitled. Look here. Untitled Disney live action. Untitled 20th century. And then you get down even further. We've got Avatar 4, 5, Untitled Star Wars. It's just the 2028.
They'll write that Untitled Star Wars movie the year before.
I don't know, but we do have a date for Rogue Squadron, which is 12/22/23.
Oh boy. I don't know, guys. All I want is Ghostbusters. I just want Ghostbusters Afterlife. Can I freaking see this movie already? I'll pay $30 to see it. I will pay $30. To see Ghostbusters. That's all I want.
I do want to see the Jungle Cruise movie. I've been waiting for that one.
Yeah, it looks okay.
Now that one, okay, That one is later in July, and it has not been. And Free Guy comes out in August. Now, neither one of those ones have been cited as going to be both Disney Plus and theatrical yet. But Black Widow's at the beginning of the month, and they've already announced that's going to be Disney Plus and theatrical. So I'm like, I mean, to me, it just why not do Jungle Cruise at the same time?
I don't know. I think they're trying to figure out like which movies are going to bring are going to bring the boom in the theaters, and something like
Black
Luca
Widow would have brought the boom in the theater.
Yeah,
that's what I don't understand.
I don't know. It's crazy.
Cruella wasn't.
No, Cruella. Yeah, that would have been one I would have just given the Artemis Fowl treatment to and just dumped it on the Disney Plus.
Everybody's already seen
Glenn Close ones. They were.
I was gonna say the Harley Quinn films.
Oh, the Harley. Yeah.
So.
I don't know, guys. So there we go. Disney does not give a shit about movie theaters. It's very clear, but they got to do what they got to do to survive.
You're right. They don't, because it's all fluid.
It's all fluid.
And usually crap isn't fluid.
If it is fluid, then you probably ate something you shouldn't have.
If it stays fluid for more than 12 hours, you might need to see a doctor.
Possibly. All right, we're going to wrap it up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.